Namaste, beautiful yogis. Welcome to Ali Kaminova Yoga. I'm Ali, and today we're doing a quick sit down chat about detox. And I just wanted to share my favorite foods of 2020, and that also coincides and inspires the next program that I'm launching in September, which is core. So it's another core program, but wait, it's core, detox, and breathing. I want to focus on core program, new core moves that are gonna reconnect us to this very important part of our body. This is our instincts, our gut instincts, intuition even resides here, regulation of the endocrine system, glands, health overall, core values. Especially now we have to stay connected to our core values and everything good that is positioned in this area of the body, which actually is connected to every other muscle and part of the body. So we're going to do a core program with breathing classes. I will incorporate a lot of breathing throughout the classes, vacuums, new core moves that I have been enjoying. I have really enjoyed new core moves. Quite effective. You don't need a lot of them. You don't need continuous everyday grueling work. It's just I'm getting smarter and smarter with the moves. And interval yoga has always been about efficiency, fun and efficiency, and some serious stuff. Of course, I always love my serious things. So the detox will be of course certain vinyasa and sweating and twists and all that good stuff that comes with movement yoga, vacuums, stomach vacuums, and all of that. And you have to love what vacuums represent. It's just the emptiness, the nothingness, the zero. And so that is starting on September 1st. And I just wanted to talk about my favorite foods of 2020. 2020 has been all about really rebuilding our health, our emotional health, shedding the last, if we've done before shadow work, just finishing touches or revisiting shadow work, collective shadow work, observing society, and really focusing on health on every level, because it was a little bit of a slower year with a lot of mindfulness interlaced in all of the craziness. So for me, 2020 has been the year where I simplified even further my food. It became that my breath and the energy uptake through the eyes became even more powerful than the nutrition in the foods themselves. And we're not there yet. The future of humanity, when we become finer and higher density beings, then our food will change, of course. And here the finest food, the highest density, highest frequency food is of course fruit. So 2020 has been a lot of simple foods for me. It's been a lot of fruit, dates, apples and bananas predominantly, but everything else, watermelons and such, they're very satisfying, very simple. And when you eat in intervals where you are hungry at your next meal, food is good. When you sit down and good food is tastes bland to you, say a watermelon is not stimulating enough, that means you're just probably not hungry enough. We have to have the appetite to feel the taste of the food and be satisfied with the simplicity of the food. So that's one of the observations. It's kind of an obvious one, but I figured I might as well mention it. We have to build enough hunger so that we have enough agni, fire, digestive fire, so we digest well, our appetite is good, everything tastes good, the simple food stays good. So 2020 has been for me a lot of simple foods. As I said, a lot of dates, a lot of dates, unlimited. I don't limit food, but I am picky about the quality of the food or the type of food. And it's been a lot of potatoes in the colder months, and that also was, I made a whole video about potatoes being the most anti-cellulite food I've ever discovered. Literally, I've never seen a food that, even though it's not raw, and a lot of people are very crazy about raw, It is a whole food, very high in water, very high in nutrients. It can sustain a person through most every stage of life, really. It is a whole food. It is in its structure similar to fruit, because it's high carb, low fat, high water, and it comes from the ground, so it's very, very, very grounding, very grounding. Fruit is a little more, the energy is a little more expansive, a little more fluttery, shall we say, more spiritual, and potatoes, they have their place too. They're very grounding, they connect us to the earth, to the microbiome, and all of that. So that's what I wanted to say. I've been doing a lot of celery juicing. Not sure if I'm into it, but because Johnny was doing it, I started doing celery juice in the morning. A lot of just either fruits or potatoes and veggies, and that is it. I just wanted to remind you about something very, very basic. I mean, I couldn't have created a more basic video, but really my favorite foods of 2020 have been dates and potatoes and bananas and apples, and just simple, basic, available foods, and available to me where I live, because I'm also adapting to whatever environment I'm in and whatever I can find. And this is Austin has not been the same as living in LA, or places like Bulgaria, Hawaii, where you get a lot of really locally produced stuff. Here the local stuff is watermelons and such mostly. And yeah, I wanted to reinforce that. Just really focus on your whole foods. Don't limit quantities, because when we start to limit, then we start craving unhealthy foods, because once you limit calories, then you start being attracted to foods that really pack a lot of calories, which is a lot of packaged foods. A lot of packaged foods are really caloric, and that's why we're attracted to them if we're cutting calories. So just focus on getting all your nutrition from really vibrant foods, and then everything just kind of, the gut leads you on an instinctive level as to what to eat, when to eat, how to eat, and all of that. The mind gets out of the picture. It doesn't anymore whisper to you what to do, but you start being guided by your body. Your body tells you what you need, when you need it, and so forth. How to prepare your foods, and all of that. And it becomes seamless. You no longer have to think about it. Yeah, so that's what has been for me, and hopefully for many of you. Not everybody is going through their own journey, and whatever your journey is the journey you needed for the year. Even if it was rough, you needed the rough so that it will take you somewhere. It wasn't all light for me 2020, of course. There were a lot of days in which I had to go through a lot of interesting contemplations, all needed. I didn't shy away from absolutely anything this year. If something was coming towards my consciousness, as far as contemplations, awareness, emotion, information goes, I faced it. And that was 2020. On a health level, I think I just literally shed out a lot of unnecessary things. In the sense that I just simplified everything. I still have certain processed foods. I still order a lot of carob powder. It's actually a whole food, and that I mix with my bananas and nut milk, and it becomes like the most amazing frozen ice cream. And I still am very big on my peanut powder. I buy I want to say it's NorCal. I always list it. It's the one that is tested for aflatoxin and for lead and for all stuff. So I still add this to my frozen bananas and to my dates, and it's phenomenal. It's just, you can't go wrong with date, coconut, peanut type of simple whole food almost, but phenomenally delicious stuff. So I mentioned this in my favorites video. That is it. I mean, I'm not coming with a pre-scheduled video. I just wanted to talk about, focus on whole foods. Join me for the September Detox It's core detox and breathing program. It will be absolutely fantastic. We finished the booty, so I hope everybody is just feeling very bootylicious. And I was wondering if I should do September as a more spiritual month, but I figured let's do physical, because physical is always the gateway to the spiritual openings and realizations, because it does all come from within. So when we focus on breathing, and in this case the core, we're going to have a lot of openings within. And I also, oh, I shouldn't forget this, I will announce it separately, but on September 11 I will be holding an online, on Zoom workshop, first of this kind online workshop. It's going to be at 12 to 3 Eastern time. So it's going to be 11 for Austin, and you can check the time zones for each and every city. But it's going to be kind of what I envision was the energy, and it's going to peak the energy of this year. So it's going to be each day we're going to clear the chi, clear the energy with some movement. We'll start with movement, then we'll sit down, we'll talk about the subject, and then we'll discuss Q&A, we'll connect. The first day will be shadow work. The second day, reprogramming or re-examining our programming. So a lot of meditation and just looking at things with fresh eyes. And because I do feel that 2020 was it was called the year of revelation, right? And that's what apocalypse also means. It means truth revealed. So you're able to see more of reality than you were able to see before. That's really, it was for me. That was the theme of the year. It's just things were clarifying. That's why it's 2020, clear vision. And I feel that it's peaking, obviously. Now the energy is peaking. It has been very strong and very crystal energy, very energizing, something overwhelmingly powerful and beautiful, but with intensity. There was intensity, but the only way intensity gets nasty and it can feel bad is when you don't face it. If you go straight in, dive in, you may feel the intensity for a day as shadow work or darkness, or just the process of clearing energy, but then the whole level of brightness opening and shedding of programming and fear and just subconscious, unconscious material happens. So that's gonna be the workshop. It's gonna be first day shadow work, second day and it's gonna be first yoga, then a little bit of meditation, a little bit of discussion, talk, and the second day, as I mentioned, is gonna be reprogramming, dissolving old beliefs and all of that. Looking at belief, it contains lie within B, lie, V within itself. So dissolving things that we're attached to that are not serving us, as programming and things that we've been running our life on that are not. And the workshop is not meant to just fix you in 3 days. It's just something that we're going to put our attention to and be guided from within. Each one of you is your own teacher. So you're going to bring your attention to something, and it's going to put you on a path of self-discovery where things can take a year, they can take a month, can take the same day. Everybody is different. The energy, opening of energy is different for everybody. You can read a line in a book and completely get all of existence, or it can take you 1 million books and you're slowly getting there. So there is no formula. So that's gonna be the workshop. The third day is gonna be very, very light work, positive. We're gonna envision in the now the new earth that we want to build, because this year is really breaking down of everything old. So it is up to us to create the new, and we have to put a vision. It all starts with the intention, and I want to do it in a collective way because it has more power. We are more powerful when we're working together. So the third day, and I recommend the third day for those that get triggered by shadow work. I don't think the workshop will be very intense, but just to mention that. Or if you've never done it, some things could be triggering, pain, trauma, etc. could be. But the third day it will be just creating a new vision for the, and I don't want to say the future because we're going to create it in the now, the new earth. September is a very good time to just do this envisioning, because we're coming into December. In December, I've actually mentioned it on Facebook. According to the Mayan calendar, even the Bulgarian calendar, which is the oldest calendar, is reset day, day zero, in December 21st or 25th. The 21st is when there is a lot of spiritual teachers are saying there's going to be a shift of how light comes into the earth, or the perception of light, or the prism under which it comes. And light, of course, is consciousness. So there is going to be a consciousness shift expected, or we're expecting just the elevation of consciousness, not on one day really, but just kind of this year has been that all around. And there is this powerful energies in December, so we're going to prepare for that. And if you like the workshop, I can do another one too, or a few more, or I can do a separate membership ongoing that is more of this type of membership, more meditations and sit down and connecting as a group. And that's it. I'll announce that probably on Saturday. I think I'll announce the workshop on Monday, which I think is the 1st. So on September 1st will be the new core program. And if you have any questions, let me know. This was kind of a little bit of everything, mishmash of favorite foods and September program, and the announcement of the workshop. I just spontaneously, I finished shooting the first core class, and I spontaneously figured I haven't done a talk video. I will sit down and talk to you. So it wasn't anything pre-planned, just what's going on here, over here in my corner of the universe, in my own universe. And I hope to see you at all of this. Honoring the body, detoxing, honoring beautiful life foods. I hope to see you for the core program, and I hope to see you for the workshop. So remember to flow with strength and ease.